You know the drill. Please click subscribe, like, comment and share with your friends and enemies. Help me raise awareness of my channel. Thanks. Morning everybody. I'm in Western Australia at the moment, staying with a fellow triker, Claude. He's also an avid cyclist, motorbiker, and he's got a very good garage, as you can see. Motorbiking sidecar, tons and tons of bikes, and workbenches galore, tools galore. So I've been taking this opportunity to fix the bike up whilst I'm waiting for my new hub. Just recently on one of my videos, somebody asked me to do a review of my trike. For those that don't know, I'm travelling around the world on my recumbent Azub Tifly 20 trike. I've done around about 50 countries, 51 countries, and 35,000 kilometers. So I thought it's about time to give it a review. And we'll hopefully have a comparison with Claude's recumbent trike, which is a Magnum, Greenspeed Magnum 20-inch wheel. And hopefully we'll have some videos of us riding around and comparing later on in this video. Okay, so first of all, I'll take you around the bike very quickly. Just going to switch camera. So I'll just very quickly show you around the bike and get these bags off so you can see more of it. But what I've got on the bike at the moment are Ortlieb bags. The top one is a wrap pack, 31 litres. So these bags are Ortlieb Pro Plus back rollers. The main compartment is 35 litres, so 70 in total, and then there's a further 4 litre non-waterproof area out here, and I normally just keep bits and pieces, my waterproofs and that in there. So in total there's 78 litres here, and with the rack pack 31 litres, that gives me 109. So I'm just going to take these off very quickly and then we'll be able to look at the bike a little bit easier. They're very easy to take off. He says, chuck all that down. I also have the handlebar bag from Ortlieb, which is on a custom mount from Azub, and that allows me to access all my cameras and money and things like that, and keeps my passport safe. Again, comes off very easily. And there we go. So there you go. There's the Azub side by side with the Greenspeed Magnum. And as you can see, there's not actually much difference in size. Let's just get them pushed up. So size wise, they're pretty much the same. The only difference is mine's full suspension and Claude's doesn't have any suspension. And hopefully we'll show that in play later on. Right, so let me just take off a few other bits and pieces. I've got this light pole, which I just made just recently. I have not had to use it yet, but that just sticks in the pod there. Let's take that off. I've got an umbrella, which I use, and hopefully I'll put a picture up in a minute, to keep me sheltered from the sun and from the rain. And then I got my flagpole. My flagpole, I'll put all the links to all the equipment in the description, but my flagpole was provided by Velo in Germany, and it's very, very good. I had someone, thank you very much Kim, make my flag here, and then another lady, thank you very much, Diana, bought me an Australian flag. And that, again, that just fits into the hole in the top. Okay, it's another day. I'm going to carry on with my walk around and review of the Azub Tifly. It's now raining. It was sunny before, but hopefully I'll keep warm enough running around the trike to show you. I'll keep it warm. Right, okay, let's get on with this. So I'm just going to walk you around the bike to start off with and let you know what's on it. So on the front, chain rings. I've got 2 chain rings. One for normal and one for climbing up hills. The bigger one is 44 teeth and the smaller one is 32 teeth. And on the back, all the way back here, I have a roll-off speed hub, 14 internal gears with a just a tensioner. So on there is a 16 tooth cog. With a 16 tooth with the 32 at the front gives me my lowest gear inches for all those nerds out there, about 10.4 gear inches. So what that means is every revolution of the pedal I go forwards 10 inches, and if I put it in the top gear and the top in the back, then that gives me 75 gear inches. Let's work forwards. So on the front I've got a light which is powered by my Son dynamo. It's a Bush and Mueller LED light, and basically that is powered from the Son dynamo to here, and then I've got a connection. One goes to the front light to here, and then the other goes to a cache battery here. And what happens is this then stays charged, and it'll give about a 30-minute charge off, but it gives a continuous voltage to anything you plug in here. And I normally plug in my phone, USB, anything USB I can plug into here, and it gives a continuous voltage without fluctuations if I go faster or slower, which is obviously much better for your electronic goods. Carrying on from the lighting, I've got the Bush and Mueller stop light here, which is powered from the front light, and basically what that means is it's powered along. It's got an internal battery, and if I stop, it'll give about 10 minutes light, so I don't get rammed up the back at traffic lights. Okay, back to the front. What else have I got? I've got this equipment mount here, and used to have my phone on it all the time. I haven't got a case big enough for this phone that I'm using at the moment, so that normally just stays, it's just empty at the moment, staying there. I have a Cat-Eye Velo 7 wired computer, which measures my time, speed, distance and all that sort of stuff. Bottle cages. I've got a bottle cage mounted on the front here. The great thing about this is I can reach it very easily. I'm going to show you now. Hold on, bear with me. Sat here, I can reach it very easily as I'm pedalling along. The bad thing is that it's on the suspension, it's on the wheel. So if I hit a bump, the bottle shoots out. So to stop that, I've got this high-tech, ingenious piece of elastic which I put over the bottle, and that stops it bouncing out. Okay, again on the bicycle steering itself, I've got two mirrors, 1, 2, and that allows me to see what's going on behind me. Each of the brakes has got, let's see if I can get this, each of the brakes has got a park brake. So there you go, it's moving along nicely now. And if I pull the brake and push this little bit in and release, then the bike stops. On the seat itself, which is a mesh seat, I've got this extra Venti-Sit seat pad, which basically keeps me a bit cooler, a bit more cushioning, and it dries off very quickly. As you can see, after 4 years of cycling, my seat's looking a little bit worn. I may have to do some repairs on that to stop that getting any bigger, and the material's getting very old, but it's still holding up after 4 years. The Venti-Sit itself is still doing okay. I've got a broken tab on here, so it doesn't work, but I think there's a little split here. Yeah, there you go. There's a little split here that I probably need to sew up. But apart from that, still very comfortable. As I mentioned earlier, I've got my seat bag mount. Here, strapped to the back of the seat, I've got my fuel bottle for my cooker, and that's on really tight and hard. No worries there. On this side, I've got a bottle holder, which has just been put on recently, because I used to have it in my bag. But it's a lot easier to reach there as well for my spare water bottle. And then I've also got my Lizine shock pump strapped to the back of the bike as well. The rear rack on the bike is the standard Azub large carrier, I think it's called, and all I've done to protect it a little bit is add some plastic piping with some zip ties to stop it rubbing in places. I did have one problem at one point whereby I was wearing the old mudguard when it was under pressure and bouncing up and down, was wearing against the side of the rack. So I've repaired that with some Bondo or something that basically you mix it together, an epoxy, and it goes hard. Okay, so I think that in general is the bike. I'll just show you, obviously it's full suspension. I'll just show you hopefully some of the flex here, you'll be able to see it. Each one obviously moves independently, it will move up and down on that side and that side. It's very comfortable. You'll see later when we do the comparison with Claude's bike. And under here is another, let's get in there if I can, another spring, difficult to see, but that also gives me suspension on the rear. So with the suspension, it's just the basic model shock at the back. I have replaced that once when the dampening in the old one wore out. So I think basically it had an oil leak. Okay. So on the whole, what do I like about the trike? Well, for one, it's very comfortable. I can ride on the trike for 6-7 hours a day and get up and feel quite fresh still, so that's very, very good. What I don't like is it can be quite, I don't know if you can't, no, you can't hear it now because I've cleaned it. It's quite squeaky at times. The joints where all the suspension meet, they get full of dust and dirt, and it can be quite squeaky as you're going along. You've probably seen it in my previous videos. Also, it's very, very stable. Free wheels means that I can climb hills very easily. I don't have to bob and don't have to weave as I'm going up the hill very, very slowly. I just go straight, but at the same time it is slow. What else? Yeah, I think that's it really, you know. It's just a comfortable bike. It's a comfortable way to tour around the world. One good thing about the trike as well is you can have infinite positions on the saddle. So I'll just very, very quickly show you. So Azub have got the easy position system on their trikes. We can see it. In fact, let's go around the other side. So this is what the seat sits on here. It's loose at the moment, but this will go backwards and forwards. So you can set the seat up. You can also move the boom in and out, and then finally with just a flick of a switch here you can raise the seat up to a different level and lock it off if you wanted to, and that makes it so much easier. So there's the trike. I think I've covered everything that I need to cover. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll definitely answer them. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. What have I changed on the bike? Let's think. At around about 22,000 kilometers, I got new chain rings, rear derailleur and chain, and that all got changed. Just this week I changed the bearings that are in here. They were getting a little bit worn, so I just, as I'm sat here, I thought I'd replace them, and that was quite cheap. I think it cost me $20 for two sets of bearings, one for each side. Tyres. Yes, I forgot to mention tyres. I'm running, and I have always pretty much been running, Marathon Schwalbe, Schwalbe Marathon Plus tyres. Mine are the ones with the Go Faster blue stripe. Obviously, for those that you know, that's obviously just the protection on the inside, and it means that my tyres are very, very worn. I do have, however, a brand new set here ready to go on when these ones give up the ghost fully. I just don't want to swap them out just yet because the tarmac in Australia is really rough, and I know it's going to eat into them as I cross to the Nullarbor, so I might as well keep using these old ones until they're really, really gone, and then I'll put the new ones in, and hopefully they'll have a bit of a longer life. Okay, so I think that's about it. On now to the fun part where we compare the difference between mine and Claude's bike with the suspension systems as we ride along. Catch you in a moment. So here I am out riding with Claude on his Greenspeed Magnum.
Morning, people.
His has got no suspension, so we're hoping to show you the benefits of suspension. At the moment the concrete on here is ribbed for your pleasure. So here Claude is going to demonstrate what it's like to hit a pavement with no suspension.
Try not to fall off.
2 wheels! At no point can I do that.
This is what happens when you have suspension. Very undramatic. Curbs. Oh. Oh wow, changed the door.
How's that feeling, Claude?
Fine, why? Okie doke. Let's see if it looks any easier when you've got suspension.
So hopefully this will go all well.
Yeah. Famous last words.
Very smooth with the suspension.
That look comfortable?
So one of the good points about my Azub is the fact that it has parking brake. Unlike the Greenspeed Magnum, which is now not cycling away. So one of the good things about my Azub is the fact that it's got a parking brake. Unlike Claude's Greenspeed, which is now now rolling away as we speak. This is Claude's bike without a brake. And another good point with the Azub is that in fact it's got a parking brake. And as Claude's going to demonstrate, his doesn't. Claude, where's your bike going?
I don't know, it's got a ride of its own.
Now imagine that was a train line and he just got his bike destroyed by the train. Whereas the Azub, sitting pretty with its park brake on.
Without the suspension too.
Hey?
Without the suspension, you really got to pay more attention to where you're riding.
Yeah. Yeah, with me I can just roll over any little stuff.
Picking up trees.
Uh-oh, stoppage. Okay, here's one of the things that can go wrong when you're cycling in the woods. Lovely. Yeah, so what we were saying about not paying attention to where you're cycling. Oh. Chain off. Chains off! Go.
Tree roots here, come on, what?
That was very good. So there you go, the benefits of having suspension. And now I will pass you over. Oh my god, I'll pass you over to my trusty assistant and I will go over those routes as well.
Yeah.
So here is the Azub. Claudes just gone over these routes and pretty much the suspension is taking most of it out. A little bit obviously. Ow! Obviously Claude is still even over there on the stupid bit of the road. There's a dog here now, we're going to get viciously attacked. There we go. Super! I saw you looking at it. Another good advantage is that I've got a roll off, so even at a standstill I can change gear, whereas Claude, if he gets stuck, he has to push very hard against the wrong gear. But most people know that. Oh, you're bouncing a bit there, mate. What's going on? The rigid suspension pops him up onto two wheels.